All right, call it the wussification of America. A Tennessee school district voting to lower its high school students' failing grade to 60%, making it easier for students to pass. But is this move only hurting students in the long run? Here now to debate it is a parent and former teacher, Whitney Neal, and father of 4 and parenting expert, Dr. Michael Fiorillo. Thank you very much both for joining us.
Morning.
Good morning.
So I guess the first question would be for you, Whitney. Is this, how does this really help students?
Well, I don't think it does. I understand that we want to give students who are struggling the opportunity to kind of change their path. But when you tell kids, we're going to make it a little easier on you, we're going to give you this midpoint opportunity to prove that you can work harder and raise your grade. We're going to change your grade from a 0 to a 60 so that your average is higher. You're letting kids know exactly that they have to do the bare minimum to achieve a passing grade, and that's ridiculous. It doesn't teach them that there are consequences to failure and that there are consequences to not producing hard work.
And Dr. Mike, in the real world, someday these kids are going to have a boss. Their boss is not going to make it easier for them to fail. If you don't get the job done, you don't get the job done. So what say you?
Yeah, my opinion is totally opposite. I mean, I think that we're talking about the lower 7 to 10% of kids here. We're not talking about the top. The top 10% is always going to be, top 10%. So these are kids that are having a hard time, and they're just going to drop out. I mean, we've shown that retention, making them repeat doesn't necessarily work. So if you look at the kids that drop out, they make on average $200,000 less than someone who has a high school diploma over their lifetime, $1 million less than a college grad, and 75% of all the crimes in this country are by high school dropouts. So in my opinion, we have to try and graduate these kids. Not give them a free pass and say, hey, you just pass. But it's an opportunity to give them a second chance.
But no matter what the failing grade is, no matter what the lower level is, kids are always going to struggle. There's always going to be people who are hovering right around that failing mark. Is making it easier to fail really a better solution than helping these troubled students?
Well, this school is looking outside the box. They're not just graduating everyone. They're saying if you failed first semester and we identify some issues and help you and work with you, and you do well the second semester, we're going to bring up your first semester grades. And I think that's a second chance. And, our goal as a country is to let's graduate everybody. We're falling way back as far as worldwide, education. So in my opinion is let's help the lower 7% a little bit. Not just pass them, not give everybody a trophy. I'm not suggesting that, but I'm all for compassion and second chance.
And we have heard now some pushback from the Monroe County Director of Schools. He says this: the new grading policy does not result in 60 being the new 0. Instead, it offers hope to students who struggle academically. More importantly, the new grading policy still places the onus on the student to put forth effort to make academic gains. Whitney, Dr. Mike, thank you very much for joining us.